What is important to you on this bookshelf? It's a
What
really
is it?
cool display.
I have right here. I have my late grandparents and my late first dog. And then right here we have my MVP from week 5, 2023. That's going on. Then the rest is books and memories from me and my family.
Are you reading anything right now?
Am I reading anything right now? No, I'm reading Relaxation Time.
It's important to relax. You said in your first answer how you were excited when you found out what it was the Bills. What is it about Buffalo that has you so excited?
Of course, the Mafia, and then just the talent that's been up here, and Josh has been playing at a high level, so just to join him is something great.
What is it about his caliber of play that gets you excited as a receiver? Like, obviously, he has the accolades, but what on the
Hmm.
field are you like, that's going to be cool to play with?
He's a field general. You see him out there trying to conduct things, and the way he does it is successful, and I just want to be a part of that.
Awesome. Thanks and congrats again.
Thank you.
Hey, DJ Dom Tibbetts from the ABC here in Buffalo. Welcome.
Thank you.
You were going into a little bit. I'm just, about the wide receivers, the guys that you know, or maybe are starting to get to know and you'll build the relationship with. When you just kind of look at the surface level of what that group is, what stands out to you and where do you feel like you're best fit and how do you kind of interweave yourself into that position group?
I mean, everybody does different things. So far, from what I've seen, everybody in the room, not everybody does the same exact thing. And I just look to come in and just be a mold and just fit any way I can, and just go with it from there, and just hope everybody is just ready to work.
Talking about wanting to come to Buffalo, your excitement here too, knowing how close they are, but having not gotten over that hump yet, how much is that just motivating you, or maybe add to that excitement about wanting to come here and help this organization finally get to the places where they want to be?
I mean, it's a great deal because last year was my first winning season, so I got a taste of what everybody's been getting a taste of here in Buffalo. So just to get to that far and just get over that hump is the next step. So all around for me, for the organization, for everything, for everybody, is just going to be getting to the next step.
I'm sure it took a lot of patience for you in your career to finally get, like you said, a first winning season come so many years into your career. What did you learn, I guess, along the way? And when that finally happened, like, what did you reflect on in that
uh,
sense?
when you win, I mean, it's hard to win in this league. You should appreciate it, celebrate it. But the losses turn into lessons. You learn from your losses, get better as a player, and you just go from there each and every time.
Thanks, DJ. Appreciate your time.
Hmm.
Hey, DJ, John Worrell with the Associated Press.
Hello.
Welcome. I want to congratulate you. I mean, you being of all these Zooms that we've ever had, you were early. So I think that's an example of how eager you are to get here.
Yeah, and also I just be wanting to knock things out. So I'm easy going. Whenever I have something, I just want to get it out the way.
I got that. Just how do you approach this part of your career? It's your third team, not to say that you've not been wanted, but how do you approach now that, you're at your age, not to say that you're old either, but just this part of your career now on your third team and having finally had a taste for winning?
Yeah, I'm not old. I don't think I got let go of teams because I wasn't wanted, and I think I'm greatly wanted here, and uh, it's going to be interesting because I never look at any season as they're going to be the same. I just go into it with a free mind, no goals for the past. Like this past year, I didn't have no goals, so I think this year I'm gonna go into the same with it because it had turned out to be a winning season.
And that philosophy of not having goals, does that free you in some ways?
It just clears your mind of you not thinking about, oh, am I getting catches, am I getting targets? What, like it's just letting you just play free.
Good. Thank you.
Hey DJ, Matt Perino from Syracuse.com. Congrats. You think about a wide receiver one, and it's something that Bills fans have been kind of clamoring for since Stephon Diggs was traded a couple years ago. What goes into maybe that people don't see in being a quote unquote wide receiver one and being able to sustain those responsibilities over the course of a season?
I mean, you gotta really figure out what your receiver one is really good at, and then as your receiver one, bringing anybody along with him to take some of the pressure off of the receiver one that is quoted to be the receiver one. So if that's not happening, then the receiver one is just out there just playing ball and getting strapped. And then if you don't have nobody else out there with like everybody else, other teams have, we have to go out there and just play as a unit.
I know you are super familiar with Joe. I think you were interviewed. I think it was during the Super Bowl, talking about, he can get the explosive passing game going. I mean, you've been a part of a room that's done that. What is it about him that allows for that part of a passing game to thrive?
The different ways and different like concepts that gets us to those positions. So you might have crossers, you just might have a straight up go route. Uh, I don't know what he has put in right now, so I really couldn't tell you. But I know back then it was a lot of different things that you wasn't sure who was going to be doing at the time.
When you finally were able to talk to him after this deal went through, what was that conversation like? What was the level of excitement on his side?
Uh, I know it's a lot of excitement on all sides, and then he was just get ready to run. That's what he told me when I was in Carolina, so he told me the same thing now. So I'm just ready for it.
Thanks, DJ. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, DJ. George Radney, Challenger Community News, Buffalo, New York. How you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, doing well. Doing well. And I was wondering, the type of receiver, seem to be more successful when the play breaks down, that you tend to make big plays? How would you consider your style of play?
Uh, I mean, I could fit into the concepts of being 1, 2, 3, or 4. But if the play break down and we got to do scramble drill, then whatever we practice in scramble drill or how we lay it out is how we got to get it done.
Is that what you seem to be more comfortable with that, or when that happens, that scramble drill?
I think everybody's comfortable with it. You start to play backyard football, and that's when the explosives come.
Yeah, and how was it for you being in the playoffs? Sounds like it was your first time this year. How was that? And that was a very exciting game too. The way that game, unfortunately ended, but it seemed a very exciting contest for the Bears.
It was good. It was fun. The atmosphere was amazing. So, like I said, I look forward to getting back there with the Bills and going further.
All right, thank you. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.
Hey DJ, Elena with ESPN. Good to see you.
How are you?
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I was curious, with not knowing I know it wasn't that long since the playoffs ended, but what has this past 6 weeks or so been like, not knowing what things would look like for you?
Just a lot of downtime, family time, and just recovery. Really just getting stretched and yoga and stuff like that. Just keeping the body active.
And then I was curious, you've obviously known a lot of people who've come to play in Buffalo, Shaq last season, obviously Curtis. Have you talked to them at all about their experience and what it's like playing in Buffalo?
Yeah, they told me to get rid of all my luxury cars and get a truck. So, I mean, I have a truck, but I don't think I'm going to get rid of my cars. That's a bit much.
You wouldn't think Chicago would have prepared you, okay? So
yeah, I think I'm good with the stuff that I have.
It's a lot of snow though, so
that's cool.
Thanks, DJ.
DJ Mookie Hawkins, Waffle Sports 1080, man. Welcome to Buffalo.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm good, man. Your play style your play style preference. Let's just dive into that.
My play style preference? Whatever is good for us that week is what I'll put out on the table and try to get the job done.
Now, you was quite the athlete, man. We may use you to be a punter. Has they ever talked to you about, playing punter? we need a punter.
If it needs be, I will do punting.
Kyle Allen was somebody that you played with back in Carolina. What it's like to reunite with him in Buffalo?
I can't wait. I haven't seen him in a few years. He used to have a lot of jokes, and I just can't wait.
Absolutely. And I know you probably heard the stories about Bills Mafia and the fan base here. What are some of the things that people have told you about that fan base?
That they are loyal and they just ready to celebrate every time we get a win. And I mean, I do want to see somebody jump to a table like in real like action, like in my face, but that could wait.
Little Mario Kart style, huh? So last but not least, I know you're doing some great things in the community, and I know can't wait to see you in that regard. But as far as the main thing, being here in Buffalo, the expectations on this team falling short, and playing with Josh Allen, man, how excited are you for all those pieces to connect for you right now in this career?
I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited for the new challenge and the new journey. Like, I think my time in Chicago, it ran its course and it ended on a great note with it being a great season and how it ended. And now it's time to do that here.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate your time. Talk to you soon.
Appreciate it.
Just had one more quick one for you. Do you know what number you're wearing yet?
I don't.
Okay. Thanks.
That's all we have for you today, DJ. Thanks for your time
Dude,
and congratulations. Looking forward to having you here.
appreciate it.
Hey, Bradley, congratulations. This is Catherine Fitzgerald from the Buffalo News.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you.
Good. How did this come together? Just tell me what the last few days have been like.
Yeah, last 2 days been hectic, just kind of going back and forth with my agent about, different teams, different opportunities, and I felt like this one presented the best opportunity to go out there and win, and that's what I told him at the beginning of the offseason. Before I even got released, I was like, man, I went to the Super Bowl, I saw what it like, I saw the atmosphere, I saw the feeling, and I just want to win. I want to make sure I win, and end up getting released. Free agency came, and I feel like this put me in the best position to do that.
What is it about this team that makes you feel like they're ready to win now?
Um, I've seen it, I've seen it the past what 3.5 years. Just a team that stays together through the hard times. Like, and down in Florida, we would have some close games, but it's about how close these guys are, how they just know how to win and pull out those close games. And I feel like that's what it takes to get to the big stage and few pieces. And I feel like I'm one of those pieces to help us get over that hump.
Thanks. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Hey, Bradley, John Morrow with the Associated Press.
How you
Welcome to
doing?
Buffalo.
Thank you.
Just to piggyback off that, I mean, in 2018, I'm not sure if you would have. The Bills weren't really on the map. They did draft Josh Allen that year, but what is it about a Josh Allen-led team that and having a quarterback and knowing what it feels like to be on a winner that makes the Bills that team for you?
Like you said, just talking about the quarterback, man. 17, he's been doing it since 2018. You know what I mean? He is one of the best, if not the best, quarterbacks in the league. And whenever you have a guy like that, manning the ship, I feel like everybody believes that they can win, and I feel like that's what they've shown in the past. Like I know a couple games. For example, the playoff game we played up there in 22. We were going back and forth, but I feel like y'all knew y'all had 17 and got us over that hump, got us, in that game and got us for a couple years down when I was in Miami as well. So I feel like, when you got a guy like that, everybody buys in, everybody knows no matter what he's going through, he's going to give it all and put it on the line for the team. And you can win like that.
It's funny because we just had DJ Moore and he's talking about Josh Allen. Now we've got like a defensive specialist talking about Josh Allen.
Nah, no doubt, no doubt. He's worthy of all the talk. You know what I mean? He does the right things. He makes the plays. He takes the hits. He gives the hits. So I'm excited to be on his side.
And last thing from me, just how much do you think you're ready and eager to build off of what you were able to do last season and build upon that going into this season, being two years away from that injury?
Yeah, I'm really excited to get into this season. Last season, especially the start of last season, I was kind of just getting my feet under me, understanding like how to go about a game week again, how to recover and make sure I'm good for the next week. And I feel like I hit my stride towards that fifth to middle of the season type game. So I feel like I just want to pick back up where I left off. Didn't have what necessarily the stats I wanted to have last year, but like I said, I had to give myself grace and understand that it was a year removed from not playing football for a whole year. And I just want to pick up where I left off, like I said, and be even better.
Good stuff. Thanks, Bradley.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Bradley, it's John Scott from the NBC affiliate here in Buffalo. Welcome to town.
I appreciate it.
You kind of were going down that road a year removed after the ACL. You felt like there's still places to go. Do you have this belief of, I don't know if it's a chip on the shoulder, but you're still in kind of I have to prove it mode?
Yeah, still, for sure got a chip on my shoulder still, man. Just because of how my career has played out, every time I pop off and do what I'm supposed to do, it feels like, something comes and get me the following year. And I feel like that in a sense is frustrating because people can start doubting and throwing doubt, oh, he's not that, he's not this, but I know what I could do and I know what I have in the tank left. And I feel like because of that, I haven't put too many miles on my body. So I'm excited to go out there and lay it all out on the line and be a Bill. I feel like I'm gonna hit my stride and it's gonna be the perfect place to do it.
When they're attracting you and given their pitch, what was their vision, especially under Jim Leonard, the new defensive coordinator, their vision for you and how you fit into this defense?
So it's actually funny how life works. When I first got to Denver, when I got drafted there, Vance Joseph was the head coach. So he's been the DC in Denver these past 2 years, and Coach Leonard has came from that system. So it's kind of a match made in heaven, man. That's kind of what I came into the league doing, and I had success doing my first year. So I'm excited to get back into the system. I know he's going to have his tweaks and do different things to it, but what he preached to me, man, was that it's just going to be the same. Getting after the quarterback, making sure, we're covered in the back end, making sure we're up front, wreaking havoc, and playing good team defense. And I feel like the talk was in the past, it was the offense go out there, put up how many points, defense don't lose the game. Now we're trying to be, aggressive on defense and set the tone. And I feel like that's what they brought me here to do, set the tone. And I know the guys around me are going to do the same thing. I've been watching them for years, and I'm excited to join Bills Mafia.
Appreciate the time.
Yep, no doubt. Thank you.
Hi, Bradley. Matt Bove with the ABC up in Buffalo. Congratulations. Welcome to town.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, you just brought up Vance Joseph and the Jim Leonard connection. I was curious, did you reach out to Von before your decision? I know he's somebody who you obviously were with in Denver and he was in Buffalo.
Yeah, I reached out to him after kind of things, were settled, and I knew I was going to be up here. I hollered at him just to, see what the Buffalo scene was like, and not just Von, but everybody that I've played with that played in Buffalo previously had but great things to say about the city, about the team, about the players, about the locker room. So I'm excited to get a part of it.
Listen, you were just competing against this team, so it's natural there have been times when this organization has probably made you mad, frustrated you. What's your like least favorite memory playing against the Bills these last couple of years?
Least favorite? When we came there in I think it was 22. It was snowing. It was like perfectly fine in the beginning of the first half, and then it starts pouring down snow in the second half, and we were getting pelted with snowballs. And I remember the fans, that kind of just turned them up when it started snowing. It turned the team up when it started snowing, and so that was my least favorite memory. It wasn't the playoffs, but it was like we were playing for the division at that time. And I know they had beat the Bills in the earlier in the season, but I hadn't got there yet. And yeah, I remember that game. It had a lot on it, so that was probably my worst memory.
The game you're describing right now, the Bills had been on a run where they had won the division a ton. And then obviously last year, New England leapfrogs them. But there has been longevity and they have been to the playoffs a lot, but they have still just fallen a little short. What is the excitement to maybe be one of the pieces that could get them over the hump or could ultimately get them to the next level?
Yeah, man, that's like I said, that's the reason I came here, man, just to be a part of something that can be special. I'm not promising we're going to win the Super Bowl. I'm not promising we're going to do all this, but I feel like what I've seen in the past, what I know I bring to the table, I feel like it's a great mix, and I feel like it's going to, like I said, help us get over to that hump. And I feel like, when you got an offense as powerful and as dynamic as the Bills have, and a defense that's, we got to find our identity with the new coordinator, with a couple new guys coming in like myself. But once we find that, I feel like it'll be full steam ahead.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Bradley Chubb, Mookie Hawkins, 1-4 Sports 1080.
How you
Congratulations,
doing?
man. Buffalo.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Hey, man. Just tell us why Buffalo. You could have chose anywhere, but why Buffalo was the destination for you?
Because like I said earlier, man, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to have a go through a season when I'm not frustrated after every Monday coming into the building and upset. Like, man, we should have did this, we should have did that. And playing this team for 3.5 years, you see that they know how to win. They believe in themselves to win. And like I said, when you got a guy like 17 running the show, it's hard to feel like you're not going to win. And I wanted to be a part of this defense that I've, seen wreak havoc against us a couple times, and try to, like I said, get this team over that hump. And I'm excited to take on that challenge. Like I said, I'm not going to promise anything, but I feel like when we put all the goods that we got into moving straight ahead, it's going to be fun.
Now I know you're coming in with a chip on your shoulder. You got historic pass rushes. Let's just start with Bruce Smith, right? So, do you have a sack number that you want to come in? That you have an idea of a sack number that you want to accomplish this year?
During the season?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to beat my career high right now, which is 12. I want to, get over that, and I'm gonna work every day tirelessly in order to do that. I've come close in 2023 at 11, and I feel like I still got more in the tank from that year. I feel like that was a good year for me, but I feel like I still got more in the tank and it can do even more. So I'm excited to take on that challenge and make it happen.
You're coming into a brand new stadium. You're coming into one of the best fan bases in the NFL. Just tell us, some of the excitement and your expectations of Bills Mafia.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how rowdy they get. I'm excited to see, have them cheering for my team now. You know what I mean? You hear it when you're in the stadium. It turns the team up when Bills Mafia is going crazy and like I said, throwing the snowballs and having fun with the elements. You know what I mean? That's intimidating to the other sideline. So I'm excited to have that fuel me and not have that go against me.
Before I let you go, man, you, Tyler Bass, and DJ Moore, y'all gonna play paper, rock, scissors for number 2?
Oh no, I'm already out the running. I got number 9, so I'm good. That was my college number. I feel like it's my 9th year, and it's all coming full circle. So I got a 9.
Perfect, Mike. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Good afternoon, Bradley Chubb. George Radney, Challenger Community News, Buffalo, New York. How you doing this afternoon?
Doing great, man. How are you?
Well, doing well. And coming in, what is it about this defensive scheme that was successful for you your rookie year under Vance Joseph as the head coach there in Denver? What was it about it that helped, that worked for you the best?
I feel like coming in to the league, it was easy for me to kind of adjust to it because it was a couple drops here and there, but the main thing was, do what you do best, get after the quarterback, stop the run, set the edge. We play with at angles on the outside linebacker position at advantageous angles, not really head up and not really like playing 6 techniques on tight ends, more bringing the fight to them. And I feel like that fit perfectly into my wheelhouse of what I do best. And it fit into what the whole defense did best at the time. So it was good then, and I feel like it'll be good now with the players we got.
Did they move you around? Did you play on either? Did you stay in one position, or did they move you around depending on the opponent?
It depends. I had, like I said, Vaughn, and that's the Hall of Famer at the time I got in there. So if he wanted to go to the right side, hey, go to the left, or vice versa. If he wanted to the left, I went to the right. So being a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed rookie, I was just happy to be on the field with him. So wherever he said, I went, and so I kind of moved around in that sense. And then like during like pass rush situations, either he went down into like a 3 tech, I went down and kind of switched it up like that, gave different looks. So I'm not sure, like I said, exactly what Coach Leonard is going to have us doing, but I know it's from the same tree, and I'm excited to get back into it.
That's it. And what was the biggest part of coming back from injury? What was the toughest part of being injured and then working your way back into the lineup?
The toughest part, honestly, so the year I didn't play, the 2024, I would say the toughest part was trying to learn how to be a leader without showing on the field. You know what I mean? Without, showing my work ethic, without going through the fire with the guys. But I feel like that helped me become a better leader because I know how to do it without playing football down. You know what I mean? Like I feel like, I'm on the field, you're gonna see how I work, you're gonna see how I run to the ball, how I do this, and I lead by example in that way. but learning how to, you know, step back and be personal, more personal with people in order to lead them to where we wanted to go. So that was the hardest challenge in 24. And then in 25, coming back onto the actual field, I feel like the hardest challenge was, you know, just getting my feet under me, feeling comfortable, and getting the doubt of, oh, I might get hurt again, you know, getting that out the way. And once, like I said, once I hit that, like that middle of the season, and just hit my stride and stop thinking about everything, knowing I was good, I feel like it was good for me.
The speed of the game came back to you. Sounds
Yeah,
like it.
for sure.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time, and look forward to seeing you at training camp at St. John Fisher College up here in Rochester, New York.
Yes, sir. Sound good. See you soon.
Take care.
That's all we got for you today, Bradley. Thank you for your
All right,
time,
perfect.
and congrats again.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. Look forward to, you know, working with y'all in the future. Excited about it. See you.